The Florida trail and ultra running community too is really close knit. It seems like they all know one another. There seems like there's a race every weekend all year round, and they do travel well.
They have to.
They travel well. They travel in packs.
Okay.
All right. Happy Statesmas Week. It is, if you don't know, it's Western States this weekend. So you got me, BobbieJoe, and we got Mike Melton by audio in the background. So we're trying to figure out how to.
I'm working on trying to get my camera here.
And I do have to say, welcome to Florida, Andrew Kelly. He just flew in yesterday. I believe as soon as he landed, he texted me. So we're excited to have Andrew. I think he's coming down. He's going to join me at the in-house ultra and hang out with us down there. So we're pretty excited about that this weekend. And I didn't even put that in our show notes. We got to announce the Denali. Remind me we talk about Denali 135. So we had Florida represented really well up there, and it was really good. So, all right, we're going to add Mike in, see if we get Mike with video.
We lost him again.
Or we might just get Mike with audio. So Mike's just wrapping up.
I don't think I can get the video. Every time I try and edit the thing, it dumps me out. So yeah. I guess and honestly, I have got zero beauty sleep this week. So it's worse than ever. So it's probably best that I'm not on camera.
So if you don't know, Mike's wrapping up 6 days in the dome.
Oh, no, we're not wrapping up, dude. We have 3 days.
Oh, you still got 3 days left. You still got 3 days left in the 10-day?
Dude, we don't end until Sunday morning at 10 a.m.
Oh, okay. Then we're coming live from the I forgot what the Pettit Center in Wisconsin, yep. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Great place up there. So they
Jeff,
got all
you have been here, Jeff, so you know.
I've been there. I have run the 24-hour up there. Great. That was an amazing race when I ran it up there. The people that showed up for that race was unbelievable. It was a fun time. I definitely enjoyed it. I didn't do well, but I definitely enjoyed it. So
we think it's really like a near perfect venue to run big miles and have the best possible race you can have, which is why we keep putting the race on.
Yep. So I'm just curious if you're ever going to change it to 10 days in the dome.
Here's the deal. It was branded as 6 days in the dome. And so everybody knows it that way. In the same way that 3 days at the fair in New Jersey has a 6-day race, but he doesn't call it 6 days in the fair. He calls it 3 days at the fair because that's what people know it as. So
no, I wouldn't change it. And actually, I'm looking off to my right, and I have my mug from 6 days in the dome.
So nice.
Still
nice.
Sitting up on my shelf,
if you'd have been here this year, you'd have gotten a really sweet backpack. We had some good swag this year.
Yeah. With that being said, I got a great T-shirt from Tahoe 200. It was a $1,600 T-shirt for 50 miles.
Yes, you did.
I got back into town and I had Nick Uranus poles and I had to return them and I gave him the my shirt. I'm like, I'm not keeping this. I did keep the coffee mug. I kept the coffee mug, but I did not keep the T-shirt. So Nick has a Tahoe 200 shirt. So Mike, you guys got the 10 days still going and the 6 days going, right?
Correct. The way the schedule works is that Thursday, June 18th, so a week ago today, we started the 10-day race, and the 10-day runners had the track to themselves. We try and do 20 10-day runners and 20 6-day runners because that ends up with 40 runners complete. And so, that leaves very little space going forward for anyone else. And we try because we try and balance the fact that we want 50 to 55 runners max on the track any given day. So we start the 10-day. The first 4 days, we have time to do the 24-hour invitational. We did it Saturday to Sunday morning for the 24-hour. We had a 48-hour individual that went Saturday to Monday, and we had a 72-hour individual that went Friday to Monday. On Sunday, we had a Centurion walk. So from Sunday to Monday, 24-hour people trying to do 100 miles walking in 24 hours. And then Monday the 6-day starts. And then Tuesday through the rest of the week, the 72-hour, 48-hour, 24, 12 all wrap up. They people roll in. So every day we start people.
Now, did Ed do his 100-mile walking backwards?
Ed Eddinghausen, the jester, did indeed accomplish his feat of walking backwards blindfolded 100 miles. And so he had a guide with him that held his hand the entire time. And we sort of joked about, if it was me, I'd be wearing a glove because you never know where that hand has been. Is that the hand that you lubed up with? Is that the hand that, but they did a great job. The guy, Gabe, he guided Ed around, and they ended up just over 48 hours. It was like 49 hours and change. It was Gabe Huseas. It was his guide, and Ed and Gabe have run several races together, and so they decided that Gabe would be the guide. So Gabe sort of pointed Ed in the right direction while Ed walked backwards. I gotta say, I can't imagine walking backwards 24 hours, much less backwards and blindfolded. So
yeah,
they did a fine job. And the purpose for that was Ed is writing a book, and the book is it's easy to do a 100-mile run. And so Ed said he wants to make it, his point is, it's so easy that anyone can run 100 miles. In fact, you could run 100 miles backwards and blindfolded, and I know because I did it. So that's Ed's point.
So it's engagement bait.
Yeah, so it was actually pretty funny that Ed had posted about someone. He's like, he goes, what's your opinion on people under 18 running a 100-mile race? And my comment to him was, what's your opinion on people running a 100-mile backwards? And he messaged me, and he's like, are you doing that? How do you know about that? I'm like, oh crap, I forgot Mike Melton. Mike Melton told me about it, and I don't know Ed. And I'm like, oh man, I just kind of screwed that up. So,
that's funny.
So, all right. So tell us about some of the results at 6 days in the Dome. So it looked like one person qualified for the U.S. National team. Well, on the male side, qualified for U.S. National team.
Yeah, we have. So we had a handful of people in the invitational run, and Yulia Sorite, Gene, you should not go that way. You should not go behind here.
Well, I can't go there.
Yes, you can.
Look.
That's okay. Go there. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mike is in the middle of race director duties right now.
I'm on duty as race director. So if I have to interrupt my spiel because I'm dealing with runners, unfortunately that's the nature of the beast. So we had a handful of people try and qualify, and Jacob Moss has yet. He's coming to run Saturday, so he's going to come and try and qualify.
Okay. Yeah, he's not shown, like, he had his one great race and really hasn't came back from that since.
Yes, he definitely he's had several near misses. He did his 159.8. I'm thinking, and that was at the Stinger Track Ultra. Well, Stinger 24-hour in Georgia. And then he has had some fast 100-milers. Jacob got caught in the 99th mile. He got passed at Canal Corridor and Jacob ran like 12:43, and the other guy ran like 12:42, something like that.
I know he was questioning whether he should just focus on the 100-mile or focus on the 24-hour.
Correct. Yeah, but he's pretty young yet, so I think he's still got time. And so John Knoll came, and he's a Wisconsin guy. He lives about an hour from here, and John he demonstrated a master class of pacing. He had incredibly even splits. There's one little blip about 13 hours in where he stopped and changed shoes. But other than that, it was amazing. and he ended up with 161.4 miles, which qualifies him for the team and is almost a guaranteed slot because there are not 6 men in the U.S. who can do better than 161 to knock him off the team. There are a couple who can, but not 6. So John is a shoo-in to run in the next World Championships.
Yep. I think Pat Hasler, I think, what did Pat do? 156 recently?
156, yes.
Yeah.
In fact, Pat was here and helped crew. He helped crew Jeff Urbanski for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
When Jeff was running.
Looked like Jeff made it to 100 miles.
Yep. Yeah, he made it to 100 and said, that's it. Now, Yulia Sorite, who's she's Estonian, I think, and she lives in, I think, Portland, Oregon, and she hit 134.5, which, if she were a U.S. citizen, would qualify her. It would put her on the list. She wouldn't make the team with that, but it would put her on the list. So we've had a couple of people. Meg Eckert was here. She ran a fast 12 hours, did like 82 miles in 12 hours, and then she just coasted for a while.
Yeah.
Sally Van Newland was here. She struggled a little bit mid-race and pulled off a fine 100-miler. We had Larry Orwin, Jeff Urbanski, who has been on the team before. Yeah. Blake Hilty tried to make the team. His 125 was not enough to qualify. We had a handful of other people. So we really have had some really good performances. Lindsay Kostelnik, Pete Kostelnik's wife, was here, and she was on track to qualify for the 100K team. That was her goal. She hit 50K in a little over 4 hours, but she wanted to run sub 4 hours or sub 8 hours, and she knew she was not going to negative split. So she wisely packed it in.
Okay. And then I was sad to hear Zach Bitter wasn't able to make it. He's still trying to best his.
Zach was all set to run. Yeah.
Yeah, great. He's had a great training block. He's trying to beat his 11-hour, 19-minute American record. He ended up, he thought he had a calf strain, and it turned out to be a blood clot.
Yes.
His calf and went up to his thigh.
Really happy he got that. He caught that early because, that could be life-threatening.
Exactly. So
cool.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to get that taken care of and find the next. I think he's doing Tunnel Hill.
Okay. I mean that's the other fast one. If you don't want to do laps on a track, you go to Tunnel Hill, and that's where the 50-mile Ann Flowers did her 50-mile record.
Yep, and the 100-mile record, the women's 100-mile record, I think still it does not. Okay. Sorry, that was broken at Jackpot.
Well, yeah, it was, and then it was broken. It was so the second fastest 100-mile female time was at Tunnel Hill, and then 3 months later, Ashley Paulson beat it. So.
All right. Well, cool, Mike. We appreciate the.
So we also had a couple of other people run the Invitational. Chris Roberts was here in the 72-hour, and his goal was to break Camille Herron's 270-mile 48-hour record, and so he was on track for that and wasn't able to kind of hold on and hold it.
Does it also show Camille Herron was there?
Oh, yeah. Camille Herron was here. She signed up for the 48-hour, and she ended up packing it in at 78 miles after 13 hours. She was also trying to better her 270-mile 48-hour record. So she came out fairly aggressively, as she has been known to do. And so Chris's primary goal was to try and break Camille's 48-hour record. And then he was hoping to carry on for another 24 hours and try and hit the GOMU. The USA Track and Field does not keep 72-hour records, but GOMU, the Global Organization of Multi-Day Runners, does. And so he was trying to hit their men's 72-hour record, but he struggled and ended up with some gastrointestinal issues. So,
I believe,
but it was fun. It's fun to have them here.
Yeah, I believe the 48 men's record is Olivier Leblanc.
It is.
Is it?
It was at Icarus. It's 262 miles. He set it at Icarus back a few years ago, and so this is the one record that I can think of in the U.S. where the women's mark surpasses the men's mark. So the overall record belongs to a woman. And Chris was hoping to reverse that.
Yeah.
Now, one I guess point to note was that Camille apparently has entered like 11 races in the last year or so, prior to the controversy that she was wrapped up in, and did not start 9 of them and DNFs 2 of them. So I was happy that at least she showed and was ready to start, because I think she needs to get her career back on track. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah. Now it is worth note that she self-crewed. She did not have crew. Yeah.
All right. Well,
so that may have played into the whole issue as she was running. Is that it's a lot harder to run really well if you don't have crew.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait for Wikipedia to see what she actually ran.
Yeah, exactly. So in the 10-day race, it looks like we're going to have a couple of international records set. I think Leonid Anatska from Belarus may surpass one of the age group records there, and Szilard Fodor, who's Hungarian, he's on track to potentially hit a Hungarian record. We also have Jean-Louis Vidal from France, and we've got Simone Dury from Germany. She had a really solid first 4 days or 5 days, and then shin splints kicked up, and she's struggled since then, but she was on track. Martina Hausmann owns most all the female German multi-day records, and so Simone was hoping to take one of those back from Martina, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We've got Arun Bardwaj from India. At Kisla is, I think, the Netherlands. So we've got a pretty international field. We've got Tatsunori Suzuki in the 6-day, along with Kyohei Yoshizawa. Now, last year, Kyohei ran the 10-day here, and he has the course record for our event at 798 miles in 10 days, which is an average of almost 80 miles a day, 10 days in a row. I mean, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
we also have Dave Blaylock, who came and ran 100 miles. David was at Jackpot Ultra the year that the 580 plus guys were all there. It was David. It was David and Ed Rousseau, and I'm trying to remember the other 2 guys.
They had that sprint finish.
Yes, and they constantly trash talked each other and egged each other on. And Dave outkicked Ed Rousseau to win the national title that year. So Dave was here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
80-year-olds with the finishing kick.
Yeah. Ivo Mehetic was here earlier, and he's had a knee problem, but he's the current world record holder for the 6-day walk at 589 miles. Or no, 489 miles. So with some really and Gene Bruckert, by the way, just last night or early this morning, lowered his existing 90 to 94 men's age group 50K record. He took 4.5 hours off his previous time for 50K.
Wow.
So
you got to get that 90 to 94. You guys, there's no stopping.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Steve Troxel from Tennessee, age 66, he took the existing 72-hour Gomu record down. And so he was in the 10-day. His plan was to try and hit the 72 and continue on. But it's really hard to run hard enough and fast enough to get a shorter record and then stick it out and continue on. So he wisely packed it up.
So cool.
Thank you.
So you want to talk backyards while we're here?
Yeah, you want to talk about that really quick?
Sure. Yeah. St. Petersburg, Russia, or near St. Petersburg, Russia. It was Ivan. I forget his last name.
Yeah, according to my sources, Ivan had the record, the Russian record, and
yes,
Dmitry Klimov set the new record.
Okay.
With 123.
Yeah, because it's 123 yards, which is 512.5 miles. I mean, that's an incredible performance. And Ivan was at Big's Backyard last October. He managed 62 yards before he ran into a physical issue. So Ivan certainly has had some experience in the backyard, and the race looked like it was a pretty impressive race. Although, as is often the case when a record is set, questions start popping up, and there's some questions about, was there aid on the course? Was there some other, some other thing that would cause the record to be in question? I only mention it because it's very common these days when someone surpasses a record. I remember Ashley Paulson, when she, set the record at Badwater, there were immediately questions about, who is this woman? How could she have run that fast? So the backyard is not immune to that. So it remains to be seen, but still, regardless, 512.5 miles in 5 days is incredible performance.
Yeah, the previous record was 119 by Phil Gore.
Yep. Yep.
He'll be searching. He'll be looking, and Phil Gore had said after Dead Cow Gully, he had another day in him.
Okay.
So that's
okay. Yeah, Phil
need that second person. So maybe if those two could compete against each other, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, Phil won last October's Big's Backyard with 114 yards. Hell of a performance there too.
Josh Coleman, if you're near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you can still jump up there and run 24 hours in the dome up there.
You certainly can. So for those who are not familiar with the 6 days in the dome event, it's a multi-day race that takes place indoors. We are inside the Pettit Center, which is an Olympic training facility here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's designed for ice skating, hockey, and speed skating. And so there are 2 hockey rinks in the middle with a speed skating oval around that. And around that is a rubberized track. It's 443 meters around with a little Scotia extra there. So it's about 10% bigger than a standard high school track. The temperatures are constant 55 degrees, 35% humidity. 3 p.m. and 3 a.m. look exactly the same. And we've had a couple of heat advisors, and we had a tornado come through the local area here, and we've been inside, never noticed. So, gotta love this as a venue. So that's my pitch for 6 days in the dome.
Make sure everybody knows. All right, thank you, Mike.
Absolutely,
always a pleasure.
You bet. Thanks for having me. Talk to you guys later.
Right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Mike. All right, welcome. As Mike tunes out, we got Josh Coleman.
What's going on, Jeff? BobbieJoe.
Hey.
Are you in Iowa?
How are we?
Good. How are you doing? Can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're
okay.
So,
I'm coming to you live from Iowa, middle of Iowa, Ladora, Iowa. I'm actually at a rest stop at the moment.
Oh, are you? Cool. So
I had to pull off so I could talk to you guys.
Yeah. So big congrats on Tahoe 200. If you don't know, Josh was 9th overall.
Yeah. Sorry, you cut out there a little bit, Bobbie. Say that again.
Oh no, I was just saying congrats.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Tahoe was good. I wasn't sure what to expect after doing over 300 miles in like 11 days, how my body would react. But I think I have a new motto: no taper needed. Sorry to all the coaches out there. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Yeah. That's the new. How do you train for 200? You run 31 miles a day.
Yeah, you just run. Like, just don't stop. Don't stop. But yeah, I intentionally started slow and miraculously felt stronger throughout the race and was able to kind of pour it on at the end. I think I was in 15th place in the last aid station, past, I guess, 6 people. I was surprised when I got in that I was even in the top 10. They had to tell me. I'm like, what? I don't remember passing 6 people, but I guess I did.
We had just missed you coming into Village Green. We were heading out to...
I cannot hear Jeff.
Oh. Yeah, I've been having problems with people hearing. You can hear me, right, BobbieJoe?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna have to relay.
I can hear Bobbie.
To Josh. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with my stuff.
Where you at, Jeff? Why can't I hear you?
He's gonna fix this. We had this problem all weekend long when we were live streaming. Nobody could hear Jeff, or one person. It was weird because nothing worked the same.
Right. Yeah. Can you hear me now? No.
Nope.
You have to change the setting, and you'd have to change it in stream.
Yeah, well. I was having this issue doing interviews all week long, so
gotcha.
So you're gonna have to interview him, BobbieJoe, and I can't. I
just keep going.
What do you want? You guys in the chat, can you hear him? Can you guys in the chat or no?
Yeah.
Chat hears all.
Can
anybody hear Jeff?
The chat can, you know. So,
they can hear, but we can't. Can you hear him, Bobbie?
I can hear. Yeah, you're the only one. You have Jeff muted. You listen.
I don't know how I did that. I just popped in here. Yeah.
No, I've been doing this all week long. I've been doing interviews for the in-house ultra.
You'll have to translate, Bobbie. What's he asking me?
Nothing.
He's saying he's been having this issue all week long. He has a live stream he's doing this weekend for in-house ultra, and he's trying to do interviews, and he's having issues with that. But we were just talking about your Tahoe experience, where you're at, and then where you're headed.
Yeah, so basically left Tahoe, I guess, was it a week and a half ago? So let's see, Thursday, or was it already 2 weeks ago? But then, I basically left there and went through Nevada, Utah, and then started picking up the states again. So I hit Wyoming, was there for a day and a half. Then I hit Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, now Iowa. So basically after tomorrow, I'll have 10 states done. And then I head to Illinois this weekend, or actually sometime tomorrow. So I did 34 miles today in Des Moines on the Great Western Trail. Nice little bike trail. It was all paved though, but wasn't too bad. And but yeah, it's been good. I wasn't sure how my body would adapt after the race. I think I took some shorter days. I think I did like 6 miles and 3 miles and then 6, and then basically once I think the 17th I hit the road again. I basically had to catch back up. I was kind of like with Tahoe, I was like over the mileage for the month, but then I kind of got not really behind, but like, all right, I gotta keep after it.
Start the volume again.
Yep. So I think I'm at like 830 or 40 miles right now. So I basically need to average about 34 miles a day for the rest of the month. And with this being kind of I guess, shorter month, I get 1 day less. So, but I'll get it done. But so far it's going good.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Josh is running 12,000 miles in. So it's for your 50th year, not for
50th year. So so May 30th. So technically with those 2 days in May, I think I'm at like 880 miles so far. So and I think with race week, I think I was already 300. Last week was a little bit of a shorter week. And then this week will be back to probably 230, 40 miles. But
do you have any other races coming up soon, or do you have a break?
Just Bigfoot. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do this big Midwest push in Northeast for the next like 6 weeks. And then basically I'll be back at Bigfoot by August 14th will be my next race for the Bigfoot 200. So trying to hit everything in the upper Midwest, Northeast, and then circle back. So we'll see how it goes. So Illinois next, and then it'll be like Indiana, Ohio. I'll be in like Columbus, Cincinnati, gonna pop down into Kentucky, like suburbs of Cincinnati in Kentucky to kind of knock those out. So I'm trying to like do my best to navigate where I can just pop in a state like that and then get back out, and then it'll
hit
do
a
like
corner.
Yep. West Virginia, and then it'll be like Maryland, Delaware, Connecticut, or New Jersey, Connecticut.
Yeah, you can bang out all those little ones. Just
the Northeast. The Northeast will be nice. Exactly. So I can hit, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, hit all those, come back through, hit New York, Pennsylvania, and then pop up.
Have you ran up in Maine and New Hampshire before?
Yes. Yeah, I've been in New Hampshire before.
You know what their mountains and stuff are. You straight up, straight down, straight.
Yeah.
There's no switchbacks.
No, they're gnarly. Yeah, New Hampshire. Yeah, the White Mountains, Green Mountains. Beautiful, but probably some of the toughest terrain. I'm sure you guys have talked about the Jigger Johnson race. I know it's a pretty gnarly race. That's I forgot what time of year that race is, but yeah. So I've got people I'm connecting with hopefully there. I'm going to try to get better at kind of announcing where I'm at. I was just trying to adjust this first week to kind of see how it was going to go. But yeah, so far it's going good. Body's holding up.
Are you starting to get people that want to join you that are meeting you?
Yeah, I definitely, I've had people like, hey, when you're here, reach out. It's just, again, like I was saying, sometimes it's hard to figure out, like, if I can pop into a stage just because I'm trying to knock out so much, these next 6 weeks. But I'm hoping, yeah, Cincinnati and Columbus, I'm trying to connect, or I'll be connecting. I'll be announcing that. So I'm hopefully by next week, like the Indiana and Ohio dates, I'll start kind of pre-announcing those where I'll be at, so people want to come out and join. The problem is I'm usually running in the middle of the day, but I might try to break it up to where run in the morning, and then if there's some run groups at night, then I can hit those run groups. But yeah, what's this?
Awesome. Yeah.
Ooh, White Mountain FKT. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be breaking any FKTs. My pace is definitely a little slower. This is like one of these things where you kind of have to manage, where like I can't be doing like an 9-minute pace. I'm kind of more in that
for the long run. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm more in that like 12 to 15, maybe flatter stuff, 11-minute pace. But yeah, you got to kind of, I'd be wrecked I'd be wrecked if I was doing, 8-minute pace somewhere. So probably no FKTs here. Just trying to get the mileage.
So,
all right. Cool. Thank you for checking in.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know where I'll be next week. Could be Ohio or Kentucky, somewhere in there, maybe West Virginia. So.
All right, sounds good. Well,
thanks, guys. Sorry I couldn't hear you, Jeff. Good talking to you guys. All right, we'll check in with you again soon. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
All right, bye.
All right. Yeah, I've been doing interviews all week long we got an in-house ultra this weekend, and people can hear me when they first come in, but then I lose it, and so I restarted the computer to see if that was the issue. I can't figure it out. So
yeah, and it's weird because we can all hear you just fine. So
I bet you Mike Melton couldn't hear me. So every time I tried to talk, he would go in. I bet you he could.
Mike doesn't hear anybody. Mike is just let Mike go.
So, all right. We are going to go through this fast because we have a lot of stuff to cover.
We missed everybody last week.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Yeah. So last week we were going to the Oakland A's game, and it started right after when we would be on for the show. And I'm like, it was just too hard to do. So, all right. So we're going to start off. We covered Tahoe 200. We covered 6 days in the Dome. We're going to start with Wings of the West. Since we missed this a couple weeks ago. There we go. And
I don't have it up.
I did have it up a second. Oh, I do have it up. So you had Rohit Pawar out of Lake Mary, won a male one in 6:08. Second was Christian Shoup out of New Smyrna in 6:48. On the female side, Christine Timbury was 7:05, and Danielle's Katie Cook was 7:57. So
and that Rohit Pawar, that was a course record.
That was a course record. Cool. That's awesome. You did have that down there. So all right, congrats. And then as soon as Diana finished this, she had to go to New York. So we'll cover New York in a second.
Okay.
I can cover it right now. So well, actually, Miami 50-50. Here we go. Miami 50-50.
Miami 50-50 next.
Yep. So let me pull up of course, we had a course record get broken at Miami 50-50. I texted the guys. I'm like, I'm glad you guys broke the course record because I hated the people that had the course record. And it's a joke if you don't know. Mark and Ramon had the course record. They just beat their own course record. So Ramon and Mark took down the course record, 8:06. Looks like they beat it by 14 minutes. And then second place was Enrico Coco and Steven Valera.
Yeah, that's Lewis's brother, Enrico.
Yeah. Oh, that's his brother. For some reason, I thought it was his son. Yep. And then John and Jose were third. Where is I'm trying to pull up the the females team, you had is that right? Jamie Saunders and Brandy Jacobs, they won.
No, Jamie Saunders was partners with Charlie Boblins, and they got the first co-ed place in 10 hours 58 minutes. Brandy Jacobs with partners with Morgan Fowler in 13:13. They got the first female.
Thank you for correcting that. So, and nice pictures up there. Charlie and Mark are wearing the Pacer Travel shirts. Nice job, guys. So, and congrats to everybody.
Emily and Katie were there, and they came. I want to say they got second female.
This was funny, and we were laughing beforehand because you don't know who's who until you look at the heights. You guys.
I mean, all I can think is how uncomfortable that must have been down in Miami, even just to wear it for 5 minutes. But
so, and luckily, I'm like, did they run in that? And they're like, no, they didn't run in that.
They would have died.
Oh man, those were awesome. So, congrats. That's awesome costume. So you guys were absolutely awesome in that. So congrats to everybody on the Miami 50-50. Great race down there. Good job, Lewis, on that. So what's funny is, so Lewis is RD for this race. Diane Romero was the RD for the previous race. And so then, do you have any more slides? Was that the last slide?
No, that's it.
Yeah. So they both RD their races and then went up to New York City and did the Great New York City.
The Great New York race. Yep.
Yeah. So here you got Diana and Rachel Alexander. They ran together and finished. Congrats to them. And then you got Louis Coco up there. And BobbieJoe said this was his fourth finish up there.
His fourth finish. Yep.
Yeah. Nice job. So.
I have the thing. I somehow lost the cursor on my computer, so I can't change tabs.
We're having all kinds of technical issues. All kinds of technical issues here. So, congrats everybody up on those up there.
There were total. There was one more Floridian that was up there. Brent, let's say his name was.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
So there had 4 Floridians finish the race. So.
Yeah. So. Nice job. So that's that race. And then, so we did Miami. And then this past weekend, we were up at hashtag, you say
1 mile at a time.
1 mile at a time. So in case you missed the live stream, and I felt like we were talking about it, this was probably one of our better live streams. So I think the course set it up to be a really
The course was great. So this was,
it
was a modified backyard race, 15 minutes. You had 15 minutes to run 1 mile, and then just like a backyard, it resets, but it resets every 15 minutes. So it was at a park, but the way we started in the parking lot and you ran out, and it was kind of a modified lollipop. So runners crossed this bridge. They didn't go on the bridge. You could view them from this bridge, basically. And then they did a big loop, and then they came back, so we could see them when they crossed here, and then when they crossed there, and there was a section. It was just really nice. You could cut the course and really see. And there was a big fence in the center, so like the runners couldn't cut the course, but we could in the front. So we could see them from different angles coming and going. And the Bethany Madsen, female who had just broke the record at Bootlegger, she was the first, almost every single lap she was the first runner in, which obviously in the backyard doesn't matter, but she was running 7:20s for the most part.
I would say between 7:15 and 7:40, pretty much on the dial.
So there were some really strong runners out there. We even had there was a youngest competitor was 11. I think he did 11 miles, and then there was a 14-year-old who did 48 miles. He already has a few ultras under his belt as well. But the way the race works as well is when it was a 12-hour, so it wasn't like backyard where you keep going. It was last minute. It was, you could get timed out or you could quit as the race went on. But then when it got to hour 10, the idea was you drop a minute every 30 minutes or every 2 laps. So it goes down to 14 minutes. And then 13 minutes, and then 12, and it works its way to 10. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play all that out because storms came in and had been threatening to storm all day long. And then it finally came, like when all the excitement was happening because the runners have now been going for 10 hours and now they've got to get faster and faster and faster. And so they had a 30-minute rain delay because there's a lot of lightning. It wasn't just rain. We had a 30-minute rain delay and decided to give them one more lap. It was about 6:30. Give them one more 15-minute lap to warm up, and then the final lap is winner take all. So they did their warm up lap after sitting in a pavilion for 30 minutes, and then the winner can't pull his name up right now. I don't have their names. The male winner came around that final mile in 5 minutes 15 seconds and narrowly beat out second place by a couple seconds, and there was a $1,000 prize for each the first place female and male first place.
Yeah, so it was pretty kind of intense because the guy that won it ran a 5:15 mile, and we hadn't been
following. We hadn't been tracking him all day. We had been tracking the second place or one of the other runners, so we thought for sure was going to win.
So, it's pretty. This is Marta basically running across the course and trying to get the leaders coming through. So we were they were cruising on that last mile. So it ended up being, it was a fun race to live stream. We actually had a really, really good time.
Yeah, it was really good. Definitely a race. If anybody, I would recommend anybody go up there. Revolution Running is the race directing company. They put on great races. They also put on the Bootlegger. They used to put on the Stinger track race. There's a few others part of that, tight Georgia community. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And either way they break down the time towards the end. It used to be a 24-hour format. They switched it to a 12-hour this year. But it made for some pretty incredible performances. So yeah. Maybe we can get a Florida team to go up there next year. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if Mark Burgett had watched, if he had watched this, and so
we got to get Mark out of the state first. Yeah. He doesn't like to leave.
Yeah, Mark, you're right. Mark does not. He's leaving Jacksonville this week, and he's coming down here tomorrow. So pretty excited. I think I got Mark staying at my house tomorrow night. I believe Andrew Kelly's coming down. I'm hoping Andrew's coming down. And so we're gonna.
Is that our segue into the next race, or?
Yeah, what's the next race?
Denali 135.
Oh yeah, so we talk about Denali 135. So Andrew Kelly, great job up there. I believe he was second. I'm almost certain.
Second place.
Yeah. Let's see if I can pull up the results. We had a good Florida showing up there. So you had Andrew. What's funny is Joe Miller texted me in the morning. I think on like the one morning, he's like, I think Andrew Barrett's in first place. I go, no, I think it's trackers. It wasn't working at all yesterday. So, but Andrew Kelly was second overall, 26:09 for which is incredible time for the 135 miles. You also had Amy, Banana Champ. She was 8th overall, 3rd female in 33:05. Daryl Baker out of West Palm Beach was 7th male, 36:26. I didn't see where. I haven't looked at the results to see where Andy Barrett was, because his tracker was off the whole time. Okay, so that's Andy must have DNF'd. I don't know where he DNF'd up there. So yeah, great race up there. Great job to the Florida crew for kicking butt. Melody Deal also finished. Robert Becker.
Bob Becker.
Oh, Bob Becker. I'm like, dude, this guy's old. He's 81 years old. I'm like, I wonder if he knows Bob Becker, who's also known Bob Becker. So Bob Becker, 81. He was the race ambassador or RD ambassador or something along the line. So nice job. So good job on the Florida showing up there. Sounds like it's a pretty cool race. So all right, I believe that's it. Oh, Hots.
Hots, but I have no information because I'm bad at my job. So.
Yeah, we know Stephanie and Stephanie Miller and Salt Shack finished the race. So I saw their post. So they're
I know they started in South Carolina, but I didn't really pay too much attention. I honestly forgot what's going on. So, but yeah, congrats to everyone who ran 400 miles in the heat. I know they had some crazy heat waves during that race.
Yep. All right, to the big race, Western States. Actually, we're not going to probably cover too much of the Western States race. There's a lot. I was telling Justin Yonkers, I'm like, there is so much information, so much media out there. Like, I'm just overwhelmed on listening to podcasts and stuff like that. So it should some of the cool facts. I think they're saying like 80% of the runners have never run this race before, which is pretty cool. This is No Hands Bridge. I had my kids on that last Thursday. They ran that section of No Hands Bridge, which was pretty cool. We were actually up at the village on Wednesday. We went up to the village. They had Broken Arrow up there. I took the kids up. And we saw the start of the Western States Trail. So Western States is going on this weekend. I always like to follow the wait list, see how far they made it down the wait list. You had a couple notable drops this week or in the last couple of days. So I think let's see what we have. Let me see where we're at first. We made it to number 46. They made it to 46 on the wait list. So and I'm wondering if Roman Trock that's so easy. He lives in Folsom, California. So he's like 30 minutes south of Auburn where the race finished. So he's definitely in the area. He's ready to go. But some notable see if there's any notable drops that we can see on here. I know Ann Flowers dropped, Seth Ruling dropped, Ryan Clayton dropped. That's he was a YouTuber. So Keely Henninger dropped this week. These are the leads. Ida Nielsen. So that's where you start. David Sinclair. You start to see the leads dropping as we get closer to the race. So it's still pretty stacked race. It'll be interesting to see how the race goes. I did get a picture. Greg Lawson sent me a picture of him and Marty. They flew out yesterday. I Pacer Travel helped book their car rental out there. So Greg sent me a picture from the car rental counter. He goes, "It's ridiculous here." I'm like, "Sorry, I can't help you with that." So so they're out there at Western States. They'll be at Michigan Bluff, which is about 40 miles into the race, and so it'll be cool to see.
Craig is saying you 1,000% have to go if you're even close to the top of the wait list.
Yeah. When you're sitting around 50, that's kind of tough. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see next year. So it was cool. It was cool being out in that area. But we were trying to look for the elites, and when we ran. What did we run? Mount Rose on last Tuesday. Me and Brian Charbonneau. And I'm coming down, and this guy's hauling ass up the course. I'm like, that is an elite right there. He was in a Hoka kit, and so we looked on Strava afterwards, and he had won like Western States. He was third in Western States a few years ago. I can't remember what his name was, so it didn't quite stick out. So, but it was cool. So out there. So, all right. Next, we got the in-house ultra happening this weekend, and Billy, yes, he's so a big group of Florida runners went up to Niagara Falls and ran the 50K up there. And so I did get pictures from Sarah Stork and stuff. So Mike Stork took third up at the Niagara Falls 50K. Great pictures. They said they ran along the you can see the falls. They ran along the falls area. It was pretty cool. So so congrats to Michael Stark. I meant to put that picture in of the group up there. Luis, Joanne Fisher were up there. Luis Gomez, Joanne Gomez, Keith and Renee, a bunch of group that we know. So nice job up there. All right. So the in-house ultra happened this weekend. If you don't want to watch Western States or you have picture-in-picture, you can put Western States here and in-house ultra. we'll be doing that. Should be a great race. Good lineup. I'm pulling up the lineup now. I did interviews with almost all the runners, and so this is the entry list. You do have Mark running, Noah Corbett, which I didn't realize Noah was 8th at race out Bandera. He was about 40 minutes faster than my fastest time out there at Bandera. So he's new to the Ultra from Gulfport, Florida. Ann Roberts will be out there. Shannon Raridan. All these guys are kind of cool. Alan McPhee. I talked to him yesterday. Jordan's out there. I'm hoping to get on a call with Jordan later on this after this. Michael Koprowski, he did Death at Dupuy. He got 100 miles and down there for that. Lauren Adams, great group. So it'll be fun watching this race. And this is kind of these are kind of the interviews I did. So I felt bad because I kept showing people this video. This is the first one I did. And I'm like, oh, listen, your attributes aren't going to be quite there what this guy is. So here's kind of the interviews we did.
My name's Mark Burgett. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I've been running ultra marathons for about 10 years now. I've run Keys 100, winner of that, Daytona 100, two-time winner of the Pinellas Trail Challenge. The longest distance I've run was 312 miles in 4 days.
All right. So, and they're like,
So now I know I've been pronouncing his name wrong the whole time.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, crap. I've been pronouncing his
So it's
his name
Burgett,
wrong.
not Burgett.
Burgett. So I was telling someone, I go, when he ran at like 300 and something miles, it was during COVID, and he did like a backyard ultra, like around his neighborhood. He figured out what the length of the Death Star was, the trench run in Star Wars. And so he figured out it was 300 and something miles. So that's what he ran. And so I remember seeing it on like the Fur page. I'm like, who is this guy? What is he doing? This is crazy. So, so pretty Mark. So I'm excited to hang out with Mark over the weekend. So
Justin, no Clapper or Shaw.
No, Clapper, Shally. We're hoping Clapper will come down and announce with us. And I did reach out to Shally. Shally will let me know. I got to reach out to him again. He's going to let me know if he's in town, if he can jump on. But it doesn't make a difference if they jump on. They can't hear me. So it doesn't make a difference. I got to figure that out. So what did Emily say? No wonder he took the Star Wars Miami 50-50. Yeah. Mark is
he's a Star Wars freak. He did come to our Lego store and bought some Star Wars sets. So and I felt bad because he came right after Christmas, so our stock was not great. We'd been wiped out over the holidays, so he's got to come back.
All right. Other race in Florida, you got the Toxic Trail 37 miler.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of Floridians running this.
Hot race. There's a little bit of shade in the first few miles, and then you're just full sun the whole time. I did this in 2022. Yep, 2022. I got third place. I almost beat Sandra V, and I didn't know.
Did you?
Well, I didn't know until the end when we finished, because I couldn't see her ahead of me. And then we got to the finish line, and I saw her at the finish, and I'm like, congrats, blah, blah. And I made a joke about you're probably all rested and showered by the time I get in. She's like, no, I just got in like 6 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. You're like,
if I had known, I might have hauled ass a little more just to say I competed with Sandra V.
She does. She has 2 finishes in this race, so she's going after her third. So
yeah, she's local. Where it finishes. She lives right there. So
Katie's down there. Hopefully, Katie is recovered from her injuries, and so it should be a good race. So they got a good crowd going down. So good luck, everyone running from Lake Okeechobee to the ocean. So basically, this is lake to ocean without going through woods. You go along roads.
You go through town.
Okay. So cool deal. All right, jumping over to the other stuff. Cover You Run You. I just have to look at their website, see if I have it up right here. So they did put up their website here, and I was hoping they would have their stuff. So I think they announced like they could, like if you have a race and they can put the race course on it and what your time was. I believe BobbieJoe asked if you can put somebody else's time up there. And I think I asked if you can put like a fourth of the Tahoe 200 on there for me. It would have big DNF on there. So yeah, they'll be doing those shirts there. Of course, you got the famous shirt hat right there. So they're doing some pretty cool stuff over at You Run You. I took a picture of their hat sitting on a rock in Lake Tahoe, and I sent it to them. They're like, "Oh, this is awesome." I didn't think it was that good. I think they were just being nice about it, and I meant to put it up. So.
Probably the same way you feel when you see a Pacer Travel shirt in the wild.
Yeah, like at the bottom of this website. I see a bunch of Pacer Travel shirts at the bottom of this website. So, all right. Then we're going to click over to Strava, our Strava Club, up to 110 runners. And last week's leader, Andrew Kelly, just beat out Josh Coleman and Diane Romero. Andrew, of course, did the Denali 135. Josh kicked his ass, though, on the vert with 13,629.
Andrew should have kept going up Denali. He would have.
Yeah. I don't think there's that much vert in that race. I think it's a low. I think it's.
No, I'm saying when you get to the base of the mountain.
Yeah, you get to Denali. So what's funny is my goal now, since I DNF'd at Tahoe, is I Am Tough coming up in September, which is 23,000 feet over 100 miles. Is all vert, see how much vert I can get. So my goal is to do 2,000 feet of vert this week, and I'm at about 1,500. So I'm running. If you look at my Strava, I'm running bridge repeats over. Right, that's all I'm gonna be doing. So, so last week Andrew led Josh Coleman on his recovery week. Diana was our lead female. Mike just did. So when Mike's running a race, he does under 100 miles. Low is gearing back up at 85.1.
Yeah, Lowe's got Otalaz coming up next month that she's
I didn't realize there was a big group going up. Ari, Loanne, Julian.
I think Andy Shawley's going up to that as well.
Oh, is he?
I think so, 100%.
Keith Lynch, happy birthday. His birthday today, 85 miles last week. Jenny Lee Allen, 81.6. I didn't see how the Gilmans did at Miami 50-50, but I think they finished. Congrats to
They finished,
to Yeah. So
look at there's me down middle.
47. Yeah, and then I'm way I'm way down here. So I'm building up my miles this week. So I'm building up slow and steady.
Emily says that the Gilmans finished right before they did.
Oh, they go. Cool. That's awesome. All right. I just happened to catch this on Ultra Running Magazine, a podcast, before we go into the podcast, but you had Callie Vincent and Scott Traer. They did a podcast on the Keys 100. So I thought this was their video, but it ended up being, it's just a podcast. I listened to like 2 minutes of it. I didn't have enough time to listen any farther, but
the picture looks like it's from Badwater or something.
Yeah. That's I'm trying to figure out where that is down at the Keys. I'm going to text Scott. I'm like, hey, where's that down at the Keys?
So it doesn't look like the Keys.
Yeah. So they're out of Arizona. Scott's has been on the US 24-hour team, second place at Black Canyon, few years ago. Done well at Western States. I think he was like 12th or 13th a few years ago. So his girlfriend Callie ran it, so it was cool seeing them down there at the at that race. Well, we might as well talk about the rest of the podcast. So WTF, it's funny. I'm trying to figure out what did WTF talk about. I'm like, did they talk to Addison Hendricks this week, or did they talk to Deanna Doan? And then I realized I was a week behind because I was on vacation. So this week I listened to Addison Hendricks and I listened to who did I say? Yeah. Deanna Doan was on there. So I don't know how I feel about that episode with Deanna Doan, especially when she talked about doing the Florida Trail FKT and she couldn't eat food. So they blended up all her meals in a blender. And I'm like, oh, it's absolutely gross. I'm like, maybe I don't want to do the Florida Trail.
Could they have gotten, I mean, it's no better, but like baby food packets, that's pretty much blended food.
Yeah. So they were doing, it's just like, if it was too thick, then they added water to it. I'm like, Oh my gosh. So, and they talked about, oh no, I'm glad we weren't there for the blended taste test on that. So I laughed at, there was something else they were talking about. I texted Emily. I was laughing about that part. I can't remember. I'm trying to go back and look at our text messages, but I can't. I must have deleted it out. So, yeah, like, well, Deanna is vegan, so there weren't blended burgers. Oh,
I didn't know she was vegan.
yeah. So Emily, so you got to go to, I don't know if I want to tell the story, but if you go to podcast, I guess Emily was coming out of Emily and Katie were coming out of a convenience store, and they had bottles of water, and they were dumping it into their Analogy, and they had some left over, and there was a homeless guy sitting there, and they went up and offered the water and ice to the homeless guy, and the guy's like, he's like, no, you got to put your mouth on it and drink on it so I can get your taste.
Oh no! Oh.
So, what do you think Emily did?
She licked
Emily
it.
drank. She drank. So go to the podcast, go listen to the podcast, and you'll hear that story. So
I ran across. I've done a lot, and I never ran into people like that.
Yeah,
Sandy was telling me when I was running with her one day, when she was doing her Transcon record, that she had people joining her to run with her, and some guy ran with her for like a week. He kept joining her, and then at one point he asked if he could have her gel packet that she had been sucking on.
Ooh.
And she's like, first she thought like, oh, you just want to hold my garbage for me, and he's like, no, I'm going to keep this. So that's the last time they ran together.
So Emily made some homeless guy's day down there.
Hey, it's all about the community, right?
Yeah. Emily, this is actually pretty brilliant because I did get bit in the ass during the Tahoe 200 on the trail. So if I have Emily pace me, everything will bite her and not bite me. So that's actually really good plan right there. So. All right, and then Marty released Miles with Marty. He did his Western States preview kind of show, and then he did an interview with Ariane Rashawn, which was really good. So I texted Greg to tell Marty that I enjoyed it because I never knew what Ari did, and so they break down what his job is.
And we've gotten Rose Cycle has been very good to us. So
yeah.
Appreciate that, Ari's.
But then they also talked about his drag race. I knew all about Ari and all his running, but they talked about his drag race and what he does with drag racing, tuning the funny cars, which was pretty cool. So I did like that podcast. So I got to learn more about Ari that I didn't know. So we're over 1 hour, and BobbieJoe always like to say we're not stuck to a thing. So.
Nobody's gonna kick us off.
All right. So those are the podcasts. I think Joe said he just did a podcast with someone from Florida State on the track team. So we'll see if he drops that. We're talking with Joe today about the Skunk Ape race coming up July 18th. And so I do got to send out a email to our Patreon. We're going to put them up right here while we're talking about Patreon. So we do have a couple free entries to give away to our Patreon members. I'll send out an email. So we have a entry to the Skunk Ape July 18th, and then a entry to the 8 Hours of Berm with Joe Miller. So I'll send that out.
You guys can suffer for free.
Yeah. So we're yeah. So thank you to our Patreon crew down there. So we'll send out this email a little bit later. Okay, so we run this O-Town podcast, interviewed me and Jenny earlier. So send me that link. I'd love to listen to it. So all right, what else do we have left? We're not going to talk about PTC. Dirty Bear went up. I don't even know if they filled Dirty Bear. I haven't even signed up yet.
I signed up. I was one of the first ones to sign up.
I can't tell you. I got to go on and edit it or tell them how to edit it because 13 spots left for DBR. And also, if you're a Patreon member, we give you a free entry into this race too. Feel free to let us know.
Assuming there's spots left.
Yeah. I think I can get a spot.
I think you could just show up.
I just show up. So, we also have Lake Baldwin. That's the first of the slam races going
July
on in
11th.
Orlando. Yep. So we're looking at, I usually do the weekend over in Orlando. So we're looking at hotels. So if you're welcome, if you want to get a hotel over in Orlando with the group, let us know. And I think I have the hotel picked out. I think it's the Hilton at SeaWorld. They had a really good rate over there, cool pool, stuff like that. So if you want to go hang out, it'll be fun.
Or you can come hang out with me and crash the Champions Gate pools.
Yeah, I heard that pool's pretty cool.
There's a few nice ones.
All right. What else do we have? I think that's kind of it for stuff. So we're kind of over.
Kind of over. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Lake Baldwin.
This is sorry, I took it down. Debating Lake Baldwin, but can't do the full summer slam.
Craig, we can't do PTC, but
no.
And I'm only doing like a few hours at Lake Baldwin because I'm doing the Sombrero Sizzler weekend after.
Oh, that's the weekend at last year was the same weekend. So
yes, the weekend after. So it'll be like I'll do like 10, 15 miles at Lake Baldwin and then.
Yeah. Emily's in PTC, so we're excited about that. So
we could do a team SummerSlam. So someone runs Lake Baldwin, someone runs Dirty Beer, and someone runs PTC. And we share the swag.
I can't remember the last time I ran the whole thing. So all three slams. So it's been a very, very long deal. Craig, if you can come to PTC, we'd love to get you help with live stream. So. And Katie, I think Katie's running Sizzler.
Yep, me and Katie finished our tent.
Yep. And Billy's doing. So you guys can have a vacation travel tent. So Andrew Kelly was talking about Sizzler. I'm like, just don't go to the 3 hour. I'm like, that's one of my 2 course records. I don't want to. I don't want to be taken away. So that and Colt 45. So I don't know why that record hasn't been beaten out at Colt 45. So it's been up for a while. So I think Andrew's just shopping for races right now. So he sent me something about, he's like, hey, can you go to Ohio in August and crew me for a 200 miler? And I'm like, let me check. So he's excited. So,
the Stork is doing the 3 hours.
Jeff. Oh, Michael Stork, you jerk.
Who knows? So, he could have a tummy issue.
Mike doesn't do well in heat. Mike doesn't do well in heat. So no, Emily, not coast to coaster. Buckeye 200. I think that's the other one you guys were talking about up there. That's the one Andrew's looking at. So we'll see. So
summer, you'd think it'd slow down in Florida, and it doesn't. It's getting busy.
Yep. If you're traveling this summer, reach out. I'd love to help you with your travel plans. I know Little Joe Miller reached out and he said, hey, I'm looking for cheap flights up to Michigan in October, and I can't do anything with flights, but I was able to I found them flights. I go, here's
well, that's the thing. Not everyone might not be looking for a deal. They just might not want to do the work. So you're handling all of that for them, stress free. Just tell them. Some people, that's all they want. Just tell me where to be and when, and I'll do it. I just don't want to do all the research.
So I'm like, I can't book it for you, but here's Allegiant. They fly this day, and it's $120 to go up round trip. And I love doing that. So, but then on the other hand, you got Greg Lawson every day. He's like, hey, I need a rental car for Western States. So they're in one. So I was able to book him a rental car. I can make commission off of that. I got him a great deal on that. Then he needed a rental car for someone's FKT attempt from Ellis Island to Washington, D.C. And they needed a minivan. I found him one of the last minivans out of Newark. And so I booked him that. And then today I booked him a car out in Colorado when he goes out there for one of the races out there. I think Summit or something like that. So, and I shopped it all kinds. One website that I used it was like $1,800, and today I found it on another one for $1,000. So I got him a car for 9 days for $1,000 a Ford Explorer. So anything you're doing, I might not make commission off of it, but I'd love to help you. Just reach out. Just, you go Pacer Travel Media, you go to our website, pacertravel.com, and stuff there, or email at pacertravelmedia@gmail.com, or most of you guys, or find me on Facebook. So I'd love to help you with that. So that helps.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah. So it helps us do more of these live streams and be able to.
Maybe someday it'll pay the bills.
Maybe someday it will pay the bills. So I did. So they do something called FAM trips. It's called Familiar Trips, and so I applied for one out in February, and it does. You fly into Vegas, you go to Zion, Bryce Canyon, Grand Canyon, and Moab, and it's all free. I just got to get my flight out there, and I got accepted to go do it in February.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
So that was my first FAM trip I got. So cool. All right, that is it. We went a little long. Well, a little long. We'll see you guys. I know we'll see you all this weekend. Tune in sometime during the in-house ultra. Say you're in the chat so we know you guys are in there. We missed you guys this weekend. So we had a great group in our at 1 mile at a time. But it was
they showed up, guys. So just so you know, there was a lot. So you guys are on the hook now for the next live stream.
Yeah.
Make sure you show up.
We
those
peaked
Georgia
at 100.
people.
We peaked at 106 viewers. So that was huge. I didn't even realize we were going up against the other backyard ultra that Harvey Lewis was running. So, but we're going up against Western States this weekend. So
yeah.
So
all right.
Cool.
I'm gonna go watch the bear now. Who's watching the bear in the chat? You watching the bear?
The bear.
The bear. The bear. BEAR.
What
bear.
Is that?
It's on. What's it on? Netflix or something? You have to look it up. I don't know. It's a show. It's a TV show. It just came back tonight. Season 5, final season. So.
The World Cup's on in 45 minutes.
Oh, watch the bear.
You
work in restaurants ever? You want to watch the bear? Yes, FX.
All right, tune in. Always stay to the end so you can see the outro video. We've been adding pictures to it every week.
Yeah, we're making you guys stars.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week.